right, guys, welcome back to Video Game Leaks. Today we've got some stuff to talk about regarding God of War Ragnarok. We've got some brand new breaking news. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video because you guys do not want to miss out on everything. God of War Ragnarok is by far the most anticipated game of 2022, releasing on November 9th, about 2 months away. And while we haven't seen a ton of information as of yet, outside of the trailers from the State of Play and other PlayStation showcases, the hype is through the roof after the astronomical success of Sony's 2018 reboot of the franchise and the pivot from Greek mythology to Norse mythology. God of War 2018 was a pretty radical shift in gameplay from the original trilogy back in the PS2 and PS3 days. God of War was rather a straightforward level-based hack and slash with an interesting story that was more or less just there to get you from set piece to set piece. However, the reboot featured a much more dramatic and grounded version of the universe and its characters, shifting from gameplay from insane, fast-paced action to something slower and a bit more methodical while still maintaining the intensity that Kratos is known and loved for. The long-awaited sequel, Ragnarok, is going to wrap up the Norse timeline of the God of War, and rumor has it we'll be heading to ancient Egypt next time, but people like myself are eagerly waiting for the next entry in the series, and a couple data miners and fans have recently discovered the game's file size, which tells us a bit of information as we have a estimation on how big the game will be as a whole. According to these sources, the PlayStation 4 version of God of War Ragnarok will clock in at roughly 90.6 gigabytes on day one. Now, it is totally possible that things will get compressed in the future, but it's probably more likely that we get a handful of patches that actually make the game closer to 100 gigabytes. Still, 90 gigabytes for a single player game is a huge file size. Heck, 90 gigabyte for a single game is pretty much a big ask with how big AAA games are getting. It doesn't really surprise me, so it is what it is. Call of Duty gets a lot of flack for its insane file sizes, but it seems God of War Ragnarok is going to be giving it a run for its money. Other single player games on the PlayStation 4 like The Witcher 3 and Doom Eternal are nowhere near the file size that this game is offering. In fact, they're less than half of it. But the fact that the toned down version of God of War Ragnarok is going to be this big is a pretty massive deal. If the PlayStation 4 version that had been technically nerfed in order to run is almost 100 gigabytes, we can only imagine how big the PS5 version and eventually the PC versions are going to be. So clear those hard drives and solid state drives, because you're going to need at least 90 gigabytes on God of War Ragnarok on the PS4 and likely over 100 once the patches start rolling out, especially for those of you, like I said, on PlayStation 5 and the PC whenever it does release. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think that this is just an uncompressed game, or do you think that they're deliberately giving us uncompressed footage as well as textures to make the game look as good as possible on the PlayStation 5 and just kind of future-proof the game for whenever they want to upscale it for PC or even other resolutions on a future console? But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up with this video. If you guys are excited for God of War Ragnarok as well as other games like Spider-Man 2, Hogwarts Legacy, and the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine, as well as the new rumored Iron Man game, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel with your notifications on, and don't forget to stay tuned to VGL because we are going to keep you guys updated with all of the latest gaming leaks and rumors, you know, just like we did with the GTA 6 leak that happened last week. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Wes, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.